Hi everyone, happy Thursday, and look what I got in the mail today. Woo! So I've been on I guess I shouldn't call it a book buying ban. It's more of a book buying reset where I've been more mindful of the books that I'm buying. And because I've been kind of weak the past week. But no, this one was a pre-order. You guys know how much I love my George Toufexis, and this is a new release. Amazon did much better this time. The release date is shown for the U.S. is showing as September 16th on Amazon, and today is the 17th. So good job, Amazon. So it was better, definitely better than the last new release pre-order that I made. So if you're a fan of color by number, complex color by number, and a Creative Haven fan, I think you will really love George Toufexis books. I love them myself. He's one of the artists that if he's got a book coming out, most of the time I'm going to be interested in it. And so with autumn coming up, this one was perfect. Anyway, our new release here that we're doing a flip through of today is Autumn Inspirations. As you can see, it is a Creative Haven book. If you're not familiar with Creative Haven, it is a Dover Publications book series. They are single-sided perforated pages, roughly letter-sized, medium quality type paper. You can use all kinds of different mediums on it, at least in my experience. Now, one difference is in their non-color by number books, they have 31 images, but in their color by numbers, they have 46. They are a little more expensive usually. U.S. retail is $9.99. So they are a little more expensive than the non-color by number Creative Haven books, but you do get more images too. And you can a lot of times catch them on sale, which I like to do for some of the other books. But here we go. Now with the color by number Creative Haven books, they do have the color key on the inside here, front cover. I do wish they had like a little fold out or something because you have to do a lot of flipping back and forth. If you don't, what I like to do is create a sheet, like a cardstock sheet, and do kind of a swatch using the markers that I like to use for these, and then I just stick it in the book, and that way it's kind of, I can look at that instead of having to flip back and forth. And then you get thumbnails of examples of what the completed images look like. He does use a big variety of colors. So here we've got the shading. It could be a darker color or like a black or a gray. But basically you've got, if you include white, you've got 25 colors here. And they do change from book to book. So for his books. So here is the title page. The little paragraph description here. And then for his books, he typically has like an introduction. I'm not going to read all of this, tips and techniques as well. This does explain what shade is. Basically, it's a section where you're going to darken the color that's above, below, or next to it. You want to darken the color to kind of create like a shadow, I guess. That's kind of what shade is. I'll use a darker version of that color that's next to it as like a shadow or whatever. Alright, so I have not looked, my husband went out and got the UPS package, handed this to me. I am looking at this the first time right along with y'all. So here's the first page. If you are not familiar with the George Toufexis books, these are what I would say advanced color by number. And the reason I say that is, first off, the line art is kind of a darker gray instead of black. So with a lighter gray in some sections. The numbers are very small, and depending on what you use, you can probably cover them up. But I'm like, I mean, we're zooming in here. Let me zoom in some more. There you go. You can see some numbers now. Like there's 10. Looks like the fence stays white. There's a 12 there. So yeah, my camera is almost right up on this book. The numbers are very small and they are gray, and I do not have it with me. Where's my little bitty one? Is that my little bitty one? No. I have a little bitty magnifying glass that's just adorable, and I was gonna use that here, but I am not, my eyesight is not all that great. This, if you've been around for a while and you know like the different ways I color, this is not a book that I can color sitting on the couch in the living room, because I would never be able to see the numbers. This is something that I would have to come in here and color with full light on it, and probably a magnifying glass in this case. These seem smaller than the previous books. Am I crazy? I'm probably crazy. But they do seem smaller. Anyway, they're really small. They're also incredibly detailed. These almost end up looking like paintings when they're done. So I would recommend like really sharp colored pencils for like these really small areas, fine liners. I do use markers. You can get some bleed through with the markers, but I'm stubborn and a lot of times I'm just like whatever. But definitely these are, I wouldn't say these are casual color by number books. These do take some time, but I love them. Like I get started with them and I get started with them and about halfway through I'm probably like, why am I doing this to myself? And I'm just like really crouched over the book and like trying to see the numbers. But about the time I get halfway through, I'm like, oh, this looks so good. And then I get done with it and I'm like, oh, this looks so good, I want to do another one. So like I said, color by number doesn't have to just be a simple endeavor. There are definitely more challenging color by number books, and Creative Haven's artists are very good at providing those. These all have numbers, I promise you. They all have numbers. They're just not showing up real well. Oh boy, we have a kitty on pumpkins. I'm excited, y'all. I think I'm going to start one of these probably this weekend. This has put me in the mood for fall coloring, where I told you I was kind of burnt out on it. This has kind of put me in the mood for it. Plus the temperature here, y'all. Like, I don't want to really brag about it, because it's like, I know there's just so much nonsense happening, like with the wildfires and with hurricanes and everything else. So I don't want to sit here and just be like, it's great here. But the weather has relented. Our heat and humidity have backed off a bit. We may be getting a bit of a break here in Tennessee, temperature-wise, and humidity-wise, which my face would be grateful for. George Toufexis does a lot of landscapes and nature-type pictures. He does have a city streets, I can't remember the name of it, but he does have one that's got more city-type pictures. But mostly, he also has a cats one. I have not colored in for a while. But typically nature and animals is what he sticks with, and flowers and things like that. So if that's not really your thing. Another cat with pumpkins. Oh, he's eyeing the bird, y'all. That bird is way too low on that tree stump. He is about to become some dinner. Well, here's one. It's more like a city park, so. I do love the fishing ones. I love the kitty ones. Man, I don't know. Each time, and he's got like a Christmas book. Each time I get his book, then I'm like, I love this one. This one's my favorite. And I do love the cats one, of course. But man, I don't know. This one might be my new favorite. Got a scarecrow. Ooh. Well, I'm glad he's going that way and not that way. Like here, there's a lot of white sections. And you may have to search a bit. Like for this little section here, it does say 1, but you've got to kind of look for it. It's not. I think he tries really hard to put the numbers in a place where you can see them, but that they don't really impact the overall picture. Ooh, I love that one with the little squirrel right there. Very pretty. Got a burr with some mushrooms. And for those of you that are more of the canine persuasion, we also have dogs and pumpkins. Though to be fair, if the dog was laying on the pumpkin, he would probably squash the pumpkin, so I can see why he wouldn't do that. I apologize, there's a cat crunching in the background. I like to catch these on sale, but for the amount of work that goes into these and the extra images that you get and everything, in my opinion, the $10 price is very worth it for these books, the US price. I want to make sure I carry that distinction. Sorry, my camera is slightly crooked, thus the book needs to be slightly crooked, and I keep forgetting. Got Apple Harvest, that looks fun. I love, like, Halloween pictures are probably my biggest occasion, holiday, seasonal type coloring. But I know a lot of people aren't that big on Halloween, and I think that's where the autumn books really shine. And I think this would be a great choice because I do love autumn. I would say probably about right behind Halloween would be autumn in terms of a theme type of book. So, ooh, that's not good. There's a couple little dents in this page, huh? Y'all see that? Probably not. There's a couple of weird creases in that page. Not a huge deal, not a huge deal. Well, I see some little jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, but that squirrel is not impressed with that pumpkin. There it is. You see those? Huh. Yeah, always be sure when you get your books to check them thoroughly. I usually don't have a problem. This one, I felt like, oh, I didn't see the packaging, never mind. I don't know what it came in, but because it's an inner page, I don't think that was a packaging shipping reason. Oh, there is another one. Look at that. Curious. Okay, there's a little bit of Halloween here. Ooh, this one's fun. Usually I find that the autumn books do have a little bit of, and it was both on landscape pages. That's really weird. That looks more like a putting the book together issue. Look at the two little puppers. They're so cute. as I've noted, I do like dogs. It's not that I hate dogs. I grew up with dogs. I'm just definitely more of a cat person. And here's a good Thanksgiving type picture too, if you prefer your Thanksgiving seasonal type coloring. So there are some more thumbnails back here. I really like the one where the squirrel's just kind of staring at the pumpkin like he's gonna kill it. Sorry, I'm just flipping through real quick to make sure that crease isn't anywhere else. It doesn't look like it. Looks like... Yeah, I bet that was a printing issue. So yeah, a couple of weird creases in two of the pages, but not enough. Me personally, that's not a big whoop. It will probably be noticeable when I color there, but with 46, is that right? I always want to say 48, but with 46 of these pictures, neither one of those were like, I have to color this first, so I'm pretty cool with that. It's not a big deal on my part, but I'm super stoked about this. Like I said, I think I'm definitely going to be picking one of these either over the weekend or into next week to color. We're going to put that on my to color list, so hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm sorry if I have enabled you to purchase yet another book, but I do love George Toufexis books, and this one I was really looking forward to. So thanks guys for watching, and I will have a Flip Through Friday video tomorrow. It's already loaded and scheduled. I think 3 p.m. Eastern is when it's going to go live. So that will round out the Marjorie Sarnett collection. I also highlight some stuff online that some of her books I don't have, and some other goodies. It's going to be chock full of links in the description, and it's just got all kinds of stuff in that video. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. We're almost there. It's almost Friday.